Okay, so this video is the discussion of the requirements of the different speeches. Now, I have stated this before and I'm going to state it again. I will post a specific video for each speech that goes into more detail, what I'm asking, what I'm looking for, and all the specific requirements, and it will be posted prior to us working on that particular speech. So there's this video, which is me talking about all the speeches that we're going to do and the general requirements. And I will also post up a document that you can click on in the same section around where you find your syllabus stuff, of course documents, that discusses the speech requirements for each speech as well. And not only will I post a video for each particular speech, I'll also post another document or make an announcement of what we're specifically looking for that speech. So let's get into it, shall we? There will be 4 main speeches in this course. There is what I'm calling, well, the first speech is an intro speech, and I've already done a video for it, and I want to get to know you. This intro speech is you telling yourself to me, introducing yourself to me. Now, I made the video for it, but real quick, the requirements for that speech are going to be, you need to introduce yourself. So give me your name or what you like to be called, because some people don't go by their names. They go by another name or a nickname. So you'll tell me who you are. You'll tell me about education. Are you a sophomore, a junior, senior? Maybe you know where you're going to school post-graduation, or maybe you know what major you want to be, or maybe you have a specific career that you want down the road. So it's not necessarily like, hi, my name is Starina. I'm going to go to UK and major in veterinary studies. Maybe it's, hey, I'm Starina and one day I want to be a fashion blogger. So you may not know the specific next stop in your educational route, but maybe you have what you want to do further down the road. So you can talk about that. So just kind of introduce yourself. Tell me what grade you're in, what you're interested in post high school days, whether it be an institution you've already chosen to go to or have been accepted into, or a field of study, or a trade you want to go into, or perhaps it's something you want to get into further down the road. Maybe you want to own a food truck. Maybe you want to be an archaeologist. Maybe you want to discover Atlantis. I don't know. Tell me that. So once you introduce yourself and tell us your form of education / post-high school education desires, discuss something well-known. Now, this could be a club that you're in, a sport that you're in, a hobby that everyone knows you do, or maybe it's something that, a job that you have, or, something everybody knows. Maybe you always wear your hair like Ariana Grande in a high ponytail. Maybe you always wear the same Chuck Taylors and have worn them since childhood, and everyone knows, hey, that's Ricky, and Ricky wears black Chucks. Something well known that everybody knows. And go, yeah, that's true. We knew that about that so-and-so. Then the next part is tell us something not well known, not as maybe as known. So maybe you do have an after-school job and people don't really realize that, or maybe you're in like 6 different clubs and people don't realize you're in 6 different clubs. Maybe they think, oh, they're only in French club, but in reality you're in French and you're in art and you're in science and FFA or FBLA, all the different clubs or activities. Or perhaps it's a hobby that people don't. Maybe you woodwork. Maybe you make t-shirts or paint shoes, or maybe you're really into makeup, or maybe you're into, making model cars, or reading, or drawing, or working on vehicles, whether it be like auto body or mechanic work. Maybe it's just not something well known. Now, you don't have to tell me any deep dark secrets or anything crazy, just something not everybody knows. And then tell me what makes you smile. What brings a smile to your face? What brings you joy? If you're stressed or upset or worried, what brings you joy? Is it a hobby? Is it a person? Is it music? Is it movies? Is it a good book? Is it your pet? Is it your friends? You know, tell me what brings a smile to your face. So this is speech 1, and it's an introductory speech. I kind of went into more detail than what I intended to, but I've already made a video for it. So you're telling us a few things about yourself. You're to record this video either via computer or your phone. Phones have the capability to record, and then you're to upload it to Blackboard, or you can personally email it to me. If neither one of those works, you can also text it to me, because again, on the syllabus you can find both my email address and my personal cell phone number to text. Just if you choose to text, again, you need to include your name and what class you're in. So that's speech 1. That speech needs to be about 2 to 3 minutes long. You can have, if you're using your phone to record yourself, if you don't have a way to set it up, you can have someone like a close friend or a family member that you're with to hold it for you to record you. No outline is due for that speech because it's an introductory speech. Now, that kind of just gets our feet wet and we dive into the whole world of speech. Speech 2 is called a how-to speech. It's still in the informative speech family, but a how-to speech, here's the fun part. Think of it as an advanced show and tell. This particular speech, I want you to tell us how to do something, how to complete a project or create a project from beginning to end. Now, the requirements for this speech before I delve into the actual how-to process, this speech needs to be about 3 or 4 minutes long, so we're gradually going up in time to try to get you more comfortable with speaking for longer periods. Okay, so 3 or 4, that means you can't talk for 1.5 minutes and call it good. I need you to be speaking for at least 3 minutes on this. This speech also requires a visual presentation. Now, here's the fun part. You can record yourself with your phone or a computer or even a video, archaic if you would, and you can upload to YouTube and then provide the link onto Blackboard. You can upload it to Blackboard. Sometimes it's a little tricky to upload videos to Blackboard depending how long they are, so that's why I put YouTube in there, because all my videos I upload to YouTube and then I provide the link onto Blackboard so you can click. And then you can also go back and forth on different videos that I have posted that are with the course. So you make a video, record yourself how to do a project. Now, the visual presentation can be a physical showing. Perhaps you're showing us how to make the best pizza. So you show us. You could be in a kitchen, maybe you work at a pizza joint, but you show us the process from beginning to end. Okay, so you tell us what you start with. The next step, I gather my ingredients, and then I do this, and then I do this. Now, you can also do, provide PowerPoint presentations with your speech. I know it's going to be a little tricky to do a PowerPoint presentation and do the speech as well, so you can provide both links. You can do the video and send in the PowerPoint presentation with it as well. You can use pictures, which would be a slideshow or you can, if the pictures are large enough, you can discuss and hold up, or you can talk about it and have the different sections a finished product. What do I mean by that? So maybe you're telling us how to build a model train. Perhaps when you're talking in the beginning, you show us what you need. Could be the paints, could be the pieces that need to be assembled. Then the next area is maybe you show a somewhat halfway built train, and the next will be finished, and then the painted. So you have a different visual for when you're discussing. You're not physically sitting there putting it together and painting it, because that would take some time. You know, some of your projects may be things that last hours or days or months, and we're having you condense it down. So you can have a picture or just a visual aid piece for that, but we need to see a visual. Like I said, this is about 3 to 4 minutes. Think of it as advanced show and tell. You're showing us how to do something. You're telling us how to do something and showing us at the same time. What other kind of visual aids? There's the physical. I've had people show how to do back handsprings or how to do specific moves. So they do a physical. So they record themselves doing it. But it's also visual. So again, I'll make a video for this that really goes into depth. The second is an instructional, informative video. How to 3 to 4 minutes is where you want to shoot. You don't really want to be less than 3 minutes, so practice your pacing, and we'll discuss this. I'll discuss this in videos for class. You will need to turn in an outline. I'll discuss that more too in another video, but that outline can be emailed to me prior to the speech. So you can send the outline to me. Again, I'll send a video. Usually I'll have, since we're doing all this online, the outline will probably be due a few days prior to the due date of the speech itself. So that's speech number 2. Half your main speeches are done. Our third speech is a in memory, in honor of speech. Now, this is where we can get fun. I want you to pick a person. This could be a real person from your everyday life, from your world. It could be a famous person. It can be a literary character, a comic book character, a television show character, a film character. The sky's the limit. Pick someone. And then I want your speech to be a tribute speech. You know, if that person has passed, it can be a tribute memory speech. I want you to begin, and I'll do another video on this, but this speech is a tribute to this person, or a tribute memory. The person doesn't necessarily have to have passed. So if you pick a parent or someone that's still with us, it's a tribute speech. You're giving us reasons why you are honoring this person. And I'll go into this, I'll do another video for this, but this is speech number 3. We're doing about 3 to 4 minutes length on this speech as well, and an outline will be due with the speech as well. Now, the final speech for this course is a persuasive speech. A persuasive speech, this persuasive speech, and any persuasive speech, and again, I'll do another video. We'll get tired of seeing my videos about speeches, but hey, we're in public speaking class. This persuasive speech is you're trying to sway us and respond in your world, yay or nay, to a subject. Now, I do not require this persuasive speech be a heavy topic. What do I mean by heavy? There are a lot of hot button topics going on in the world as we know it. We have an upcoming election, and that's a hot topic button. Second stimulus packages, abortion, immigration laws, different laws of accountability for our police officers. You know, all these are hot items. You do not have to choose a serious topic. You can, by all means, please, you can. I'm just telling you this. Some people hear persuasive and they automatically think, it's got to be this intense subject, and it's not. You can have fun with a persuasive speech. Not to say that you can't have fun when you're doing speeches like that, but you can also have fun. What do I mean by fun? I, in the past, have heard speeches on which doctor is the best doctor from Doctor Who. Think of it as you're pleading your case. Maybe there's a particular restaurant that you think is better. Why KFC is the best, why Popeyes is the best, why Chick-fil-A is the best. Now, I used to set this up as persuasive or debate style, which, depending on how everyone feels by the end of the semester when we get to the speech, we might still do debate style persuasive, which means you and a buddy can get together, record your speech, and you can do a versus. Okay, McDonald's versus Wendy's. One takes each, and you plead your case. Well, what else with for this particular speech as well, you have the persuasive topic. Again, I will do another in-depth video. But this speech, I know I said we were on open speech length, but I kind of have maintained 3 to 4 minutes. So let's keep it in that happy number range, 3 to 4 minutes for this, and an outline is due. Okay, this is where we amplify our requirements. There, you will need to provide 2 in-speech quotations. I will delve into this deeper, but, you know, direct quotations. These can be statistics. These can be quotations from other speakers. Perhaps it's a law or something, or a movement you're speaking about. So maybe you take quotes from prominent souls, prominent people that are part of this movement or this law or whatever the case may be. But you provide in-speech quotations, and there's 2 of those. So they need to be about 50 words or less. You don't want to go quoting like Martin. Excuse me, I cannot speak right now. Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech. You don't need to quote that whole thing. Take excerpts if that's something you're going with. Also, because you're doing in-speech quotations, you will also need to do a works cited page. I'll do an in-depth of the differences between annotated bibliographies and works cited bibliographies. But you'll need at least 2 citations because you will have 2 quotes. So it's a persuasive speech, 3 to 4 minutes, 2 in-speech quotations, 50 words or less, and a works cited page bibliography. And a outline will be due with this as well. So recap the 4 main speeches we're doing. There's your introductory speech, no outline, and it's about 2 to 3 minutes. Your second speech is a how-to speech, which is also an informative speech, about 3 to 4 minutes, and you will need to use visual aids, and an outline is due with that as well. Your third speech is a tribute memory speech, 3 to 4 minutes long. An outline is due with that as well. And if you were to use quotations or citations from someone, you will need to provide a works cited with that as well. Not required unless you use quotations or cite someone. And the fourth speech is a persuasive speech. Outline is due, 3 to 4 minutes long. 2 in-speech quotations, 50 words or less. And you will also provide a works cited along with the outline. To wrap this up, I will make videos for each speech prior to the speech we do that goes more into depth, whatnot. Try to have a little session, a Q&A session with everyone when we find what platform we're more comfortable speaking to each other on. And that is your main speeches in a nutshell. Again, I will post this and a document that gives details of each of the speeches, and prior to each speech there will also be an announcement document posted and a video posted going into depth for each speech and the requirements. So, thanks guys.